Green Jeans Garden, PLC.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. I'm glad you're all here today. And if you happen to hear some birds chirping around in the background, perfect, because it is springtime here in the Northern Hemisphere, which means it's a perfect time to start to germinate seeds, whether you're gonna be going outdoors for the 2019 outdoor season, or you're staying indoors and want new genetics or just new seedling plants for your indoor crop. Today, I'm gonna be showing you the few little things that I use and how I germinate seeds. Now, just like everything I do, it's a very simple method, and it's something I've been doing for a really long time. I think I'm on like 14 years now. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of other ways to do this and possibly better and just slightly easier ways to do this, but this is how I do this. And like I said, it's been successful for a long time now. So today, we're gonna be showing you how I germinate seeds, so stay tuned. All right, so let's show you the little bit of equipment that we're gonna need to get these seeds up and going. So obviously, first things first, we're gonna need some seeds. So whatever variety, company, strain, even species you may be going with, get those ready now. What we're gonna be using here is Banana Split from the homie Low Key Grow. He started his own little breeding company here, or breeding genetic company under Grow Genetics, and they're just getting up and going. He's got about 6 or 7 crosses that are in testing right now, and I was lucky enough to grab them so I could take some dope pictures and also get them kind of up and going and do some testing. Anyway, we have the Banana Split, which is Banana Punch by Symbiotic Genetics, super hot there. Crossed with Ice Cream Man was his male from Compound Genetics, another super hot breeder out there. So should be some serious fire in there. And if you guys have been following me on Instagram at Green Jeans Garden, you have seen the fire pictures before these things have even germinated, as well as some other strains that we got some dope pictures of. So follow me at Green Jeans Garden. Anyway, so we have our seeds. Next, we're gonna need a shot glass or anything really that holds some water, because the first step is soaking the seeds. And to go along with that, we're gonna need some water simply. Now, this is where everyone's gonna ask, oh, what kind of water? Tap, RO, this or that. Doesn't matter, guys. Use tap, use RO, use what you got, but whatever you use the best you got. If you have RO water, use it. If you have clean spring water, use it. The idea is that it's clean water and it's neutral water. And what I mean by neutral is it's somewhere in the range of upper 5s at the lowest pH to around 7 at the highest pH. So just a very generally neutral pH, and you should be good to go. And then once we soak the seeds, we'll kind of move into the second process, and that's going to be germinating them in the basic paper towel method that everyone knows and loves. So that's going to consist of a paper towel and a Ziploc baggie. Now, the Ziploc baggie could also be a clone dome. It could be anything that's just going to keep the paper towel from drying out too fast. Could even be 2 bowls, but we'll get into that once we get going. So I've picked 8 of the beans that I want to germinate here. Save a few just in case for a rainy day. You never know. It's always just kind of always save 1 or 2. Anyway, got them as well as the 2 twin beans that I have in there. Photo goes up now. So all we're gonna do here is we are going to put a little bit of water in there, and we are gonna simply drop these seeds into the water. Now, you'll notice most of the seeds will float. Any that sink immediately are usually duds, but they could be okay. Anyway, just give it a little swirl, and we are going to let the seeds soak for 12 hours. Okay, so we've dropped our seeds in water. We're gonna let them soak for 12 hours, and we're gonna let them soak for 12 hours in darkness. Now, by dropping them in water and having generally good temperatures, those are the 2 criteria to start the germination process. Light can be harmful. Essentially, it's just really not necessary. Some species and strains and things do need light, but overall, 95% of seeds germinate the best and most successfully in darkness. So as long as you have good moderate temperatures over 65 degrees, under 80, 82, and some moisture for the seeds to start their process, they're gonna germinate. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna put these in one of these cabinets I have behind me here and come back in 12 hours. Okay, so it's been about 16 hours now. The time frame anywhere from 6 hours to 24 hours is plenty of time to get these seeds soaking. And as you can see here, these seeds have already sprouted tails in the shot glass. Now these are new, fresh seeds, very vigorous, ready to go. If you have some older seeds, they probably won't sprout tails. A lot of times my older seeds won't sprout tails in here, which is why we actually go to the second step of the method here, the paper towel method. Some people will just germinate in the shot glass, and honestly, these seeds right here, these could go straight from here to whatever your final or starter media is and probably be fine. They're vigorous and ready to go. But for the sake of how I always do seeds, we're going to continue to take these from the sprouted tails in the shot glass here and get them into a paper towel. So let's do that now. Okay, so let's get these seeds transferred into the paper towel. And it is just as easy as it may seem. We are just literally just going to pour them in. Try not to spill them everywhere and keep them in our palm. And we got one bean left in there. We'll just wash it on out. Use gravity and water. And bam. Just don't tell my wife I'm doing it here on the counter. All right, once we have the seeds on the damp or moist paper towel, we're just going to fold it up. Maybe 2, 3 folds tops. You don't need much. As you can see here, you can see the seeds through it. We don't want it to be completely thick that we can't see through it, but we want it to be covered enough that it acts like, you know, some form of medium or soil. All right, so we have our seeds, damp paper towel. Just let it drip dry, give it a little ring on the edges. We want it moist, damp, not dripping wet, but obviously needs some moisture for seeds. Act like, you know, pretend it's some moist cocoa or some moist soil. Once we have that, we're gonna open up our Ziploc bag, and we're simply just gonna put it inside. Now this thing is, like I said, just acting as if it's a clone dome. This is just, they've always done it in Ziploc baggies because, you know, they're more accessible and pretty much everyone has a sandwich bag. I'm using a gallon Ziploc here because to me, the bigger the Ziploc, the better, which is why I think a clone dome works great for this situation. The small Ziplocs, sometimes if your seeds take a while to germinate, maybe they take 3-4 days to get going, they can get kind of just a funky little smell going. You might want to change the paper towel, something like that. And I've noticed a bigger Ziploc or clone dome or something like that kind of mitigates that just a touch. But these things are so vigorous, they're only going to be in here another 12 hours or so, maybe 24 tops. You'll see them, and they're going to be freaking explosive. So all we're going to do is put it in here and kind of give it a little puff. Give it a little air poof in there so it's got, you know, so the bag's not laying right on the seeds. And we're going to put it right back into that dark space where we had success getting these tails out of before. So wherever that was for you, go ahead and put it right back there. Okay, so let's look at these guys. All of them have sprouted, and one of the twins has sprouted, one of them has not. You guys are looking at just some singles here. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful growth. Here we go. And this one, see, that's a twin that only one has sprouted. This twin, both of them have sprouted, guys. This is what we were fucking waiting for. I'm so stoked. But all the seeds looking good. Look at that tail. Fantastic. So, whew, okay. All right, guys, so 24 hours after we put them into the paper towel, we've now taken them out. Roughly 24 hours, might be like 18, you know, but give or take. These seeds are extremely vigorous, so don't expect results exactly like this. I just want to clarify that right now. Tails popping out after 12 hours, beautiful busted tails out. This is just a very, you know, these are fresh seeds. It's a vigorous strain, obviously. All good signs, but if yours take a few days to get some tails sprouted, this or that, don't worry, that's totally normal. But once they do, once you've opened them up, we can transfer them from the paper towel to whatever starter medium you have. So if you're going to try to drop them into a rock wool cube, that's your thing. If you're putting them in soil, that's your thing. Pro mix, whatever it may be, that's your choice at this point. But we're using cocoa here, but the technique here is the same. We're going to lightly, we've already buried or unburied some holes, give them some nice spots to sprout. And we're just going to lightly place each seedling in there. I have 8 little 4-inch pots here, and we have 8 seedlings. We're actually not going to do all of them because that twin sprouted. So I got to actually go take some great photographs, and that should pop up right here. And if not, give me a few days. And get all these potted up and nicely watered in. I have one little watering technique that I'll show you once we get these in here, but that's that. So we're 2 days past once we first transplanted these seedlings into their cocoa medium, and as you can see, they're up, they're sprouted, all of them. Even the twins that are in this bag here are going. I just want to get that shell off there so I can get each one of these twins into their own media. But yeah, they're ready to go. Now I told you there was one little trick I have to watering, and guys, it's watering, so it's nothing revolutionary. It's crazy. The point of it is just when you first transplant your seeds, you want to get them watered. You want to get that basically that bond from the seed to that medium. It kind of, once they're wet, it just creates that bond. And to do that, we want to do it gently. We don't want to just flood the top here with water and let it do its thing. Most likely the plants will be fine, honestly. But you know, most people are paying pretty good dollars for seeds these days, $10+ a seed. So you want to take care of it. Let's just be gentle. So simply what I was going to show you is just be gentle with the water bottle that you were watering with. Nothing crazy. We don't want to flood. Or, this is the kicker, everyone forgets, most of you guys have a pump sprayer. Whether it be a little hand, like hair sprayer thing, or you actually have like a pump sprayer. And this, guys, is the most gentle way to water in the top of your seedlings because it's a very light mist. You can be very direct with it, right where it needs to go, and the perfect amount where it's not too agitating or not too harmful for these seedlings. Now my only tip is that if you use your sprayer for your IPM, any kind of you know, pesticide or preventative, anything that could be gnarly on a baby seedling, just make sure you clean out your sprayer or have a dedicated clean sprayer, something like that. I know it might be an extra step, but that is my suggestion. Other than that, you guys should be off to the races at this point, and should be able to start feeding these plants. Now that they're to this point, they're just starting to get their first true set of leaves. You have those, they're called cotyledons, the leaves that don't really look like real leaves. Once they get past that, they need some nutrients. So at this point, we need to give them light, and we need to give them nutrients, and we need to start treating them just like real plants, which at this point they are. They're above the ground. So whatever you're gonna do with your seedlings this year, whether, again, if you're going outdoors for 2019 or you're staying indoors with new genetics, that's how I pop and germinate seeds. I've always had a fairly good success rate overall. Obviously, these seeds are extremely vigorous, new, so they're kind of, you know, stars of the show here. So don't expect identical results to these. These were, again, vigorous freaking natures. But yeah, you guys should be off and going, have some beautiful seedlings up and started, and some great new genetics in your rooms or in your gardens. So guys, I appreciate it. Like this video if you liked it. Go ahead and dislike it if you don't. It is what it is. Subscribe if you're not, and I will see you guys next time, whether it's a back to the basics little tutorial here or we're back in the garden, guys. So I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Peace.